belt, this is the meeting you need to come to. Read our mission and vision, and we'll be off and running here. Vision of the Milton School District is that we believe in opportunities, achievement, and community for all. And our mission is that the School District of Milton, in partnership with the community, prepare our students for achievement and lifetime readiness by providing opportunities for all. And on that note, I will call to order the Board of Education meeting for Monday, June 10th. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Rich, how about our agenda?
There are no changes to the agenda. I should pause there for a second. We did update the staffing report today with a change, but the update.
So there's an original and an update?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Duly noted.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Thank you. We'll give Rick the motion, seconded by Tracy. Did I hear down there?
Jen. It's Jen.
Carly, pick one. I'm sure it's not going to matter. So on that motion, anyone acts or changes or questions about the agenda? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? We have an agenda. Board docs contains our minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll move to approve the minutes for the regular meeting held on May 28th, 2024 as presented. I'll second.
Thank you. Jen's motion seconded by Annette to approve our previous meeting minutes. Does anyone have questions on those? All in favor of approval, please signify with aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Thank you. Vouchers are next. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve general checking account vouchers totaling $654,017.12 as presented.
And I'll second that.
So Rick's motion is seconded by Annette to approve our checking account vouchers in the amount that he enumerated. Does anyone have questions on the vouchers? I see none. All in favor of approval, please signify with aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Vouchers are approved. Pass this to Carly, please. Public comment, had no one sign up. So we will move past that. Rich, what do you got for highlights?
Some great end of the year things and the start to summer school things to update the board on. Our 5th and 6th grade Northside Redhawks finished 2nd place in the state mega math meet. The team showed outstanding skill and teamwork. They outperformed much larger school districts at the meet that was held at UW-Madison. Congratulations to those Northside math team members for this incredible performance and hard work, and we're very proud of their achievement. We had graduation back on June 2nd. 254 graduates walked the stage, with 29 of them getting their silver cords for a total of over 5,100 hours of community service before graduation. So not only are our graduates doing great things in the classroom, but also out in our community. So we're really proud of our class of 2024. Our team at the high school did a great job in putting together things for graduation and holding an outstanding ceremony. So congratulations to Principal Billhorn and the team at the high school and to all of our graduates in the class of 2024. Summer school has gotten started. I want to thank all of our staff members and educators for all the work that they do during summer school. Many of them are our teachers or instructional aides that are also working summer school, but we also hire a number of people who don't normally work with us during the school year to help with summer school too. And it really is some excellent experiences for our students. At the next board meeting 2 weeks from now, Sarah Stuckey will be giving the board an update on how things are going for summer school. So, and also thanks in addition to all of the teaching staff and support staff, Sarah Stuckey and Sarah Olson do a great job of organizing our summer school. As I'm sure you've all heard, our girls softball team finished 2nd place at the state tournament this weekend. The highlight of the weekend, they defeated Kaukauna, who was ranked 7th in the country, 7th nationally in softball. They had won 108 straight games, and they were only 5 games short of breaking the all-time national record for consecutive wins. So a phenomenal victory in the state semifinals for our softball team. The championship team against Kenosha Bradford, we didn't pull the game out, but the girls played extremely hard, and we all should be very proud of the work that they did. We did hear today that the attendance at the championship game broke the state record, the all-time record for a single game at the state tournament, with 1,315 fans in the stands. And just by my informal count, I think about 75% of those fans were Milton fans. So that was wonderful to see. So we want to congratulate our softball team and coaches for a great season and for representing our school district extremely well. And thank you to our community for all of the support. Our boys golf team earned the program's first ever conference championship title. So congratulations to the boys golf team and to Coach Whelan for being named the conference coach of the year. In boys tennis, Reed Washkowiak won the tennis singles individual conference championship. So congratulations to Reed for that great achievement. And we had 3 members make it to the state tournament in track and field. That state competition was at UW La Crosse. So Ethan Mitchell, Kai Sheridan, and Caitlin Zingsheim all advanced to the state tournament in track and field. So great spring sports season for the Red Hawks. At our next board meeting, Jeff Spivak will be giving an update on the whole season and how things went with athletics and activities. So that'll be coming up in 2 weeks.
Excellent. Any other questions for Rich? All right, very good. Next is Finance Committee report, and you've probably noticed that we are a little thin tonight. Ed and John are unable to join us. So I will recap that, and I do not have a long list of notes, but I'll talk off the top of my head. We met last week with the Finance Committee and had 2 topics, first of which was the June preliminary budget update. And if I miss anything glaring, Ross, please throw it in. But just so folks are aware, in the budgeting process, we start with a preliminary budget now, and there's no action or activity from the board until next meeting, when he will bring the detailed version of that with the numbers as best they are at this point in the process. Then, of course, we bring a final budget to the annual meeting, and then in fall, typically about October, we would certify the levy and make any adjustments needed at that point. So this is kind of step 1 in the process that we follow to get our budget put together. So we talked just at a high level, and Ross showed us lots of things have placeholders at this point, and there are adjustments and numbers that get changed based on more information as it becomes available. So the process is ongoing, and it gets more and more dialed in, if you will, as we get closer to both our annual meeting and then our levy certification in October. Did I cover the bulk of that?
You certainly did. I mean, the only other assurances we know at this point is we're going in the second year of biennium, so there's a little less uncertainty as there would be in a new state budget upcoming for the year. We know the $325 per pupil is in the second year of the state budget. The budget is zeroing in right now at less than a 1% increase in the general fund. So when we come back in 2 weeks, I'll have, as Joe mentioned, some more detailed numbers to share with the board for that preliminary step for approval.
Anybody have questions? So kind of a stay tuned piece, right? We'll be back in a couple weeks. So, okay, thank you, Ross, for that. And then the second thing we focused on was we are in between first and second meetings of our community focus group. So we talked a little about what had happened at the meeting and reflected on the questions that folks generated and dug into the answers to those, and we're going to incorporate that into the agenda of sorts for our second meeting, which is coming up Wednesday of this week. And we talked about, in the process, meeting 1 was the state of public school finance from the lens of what the state has or hasn't contributed, how that has impacted districts in general. Meeting 2 will be how that impacts Milton a little more specifically. Ross will share the revenue forecasting worksheet and some of the pieces on that are variable and what impacts those variables. And we're going to try and help folks understand that process, not at a super high level and not at a super detailed level. I would call this a little bit in between, so we can give them a little bit more background for where some of these numbers come from and why certain parts are challenging and certain parts maybe less so. But we'll have that for a topic. And we had great attendance at the first meeting. We anticipate similar, and really enjoy the opportunity to engage with our community and the folks that are interested and want to learn about that process that we go through. So
I think just one thing I'll add to that, if folks weren't able to attend the first meeting, they still can come to the two meetings that are coming up. If they want to get caught up on what they missed from the first meeting, that video is available on our district's YouTube page.
excellent. Questions from anyone? All right, on we go. As Michael Kostic is making us to the podium, the only piece of new business we have is titled a wellness update. So Mike, what do you got?
Thanks, Joe. Just wanted to update the board on what the Wellness Committee's been doing for the last year. We've met several times, starting back in August of last year. And the Wellness Committee is kind of just keeping wellness and safety in focus with, what can we do for our kiddos, as families, the students, the parents and such. And one of our goals this last year was to try and provide some wellness information in the K-3 newsletter every month. So working with our partners, the district's nurses who work for Fort Health, we were able to get some different wellness topics in all those newsletters every month. Received some pretty good feedback from the parents in regards to the stuff that's provided to them. So looking ahead to the fall this year, we're hoping to utilize that approach and get some wellness topics into the newsletters for the other schools' newsletters as well. So, and then we started planning last fall for our annual Wellness and Safety Fair, which we did 2 years in a row. Unfortunately, the date we chose this current May, we were not able to get enough vendors, so we had to kind of postpone that. But we transitioned on the fly, and we decided to set up a wellness and safety kind of booth down at the Wellness Community Days on Friday, May 10th. So that went over very well. We had really good traffic coming to the booth to find out what we were all about. Our social workers from the district provided a resource board of the different places that you can go for different resources within the community. I was down there providing samples and talking about the beet sticks, for example, and the mangoes that we were providing our students this year. Annette was down there, came and visited, which was great. We also had
Try beets, can do it.
yeah. So I kind of fooled a lot of folks because they thought I said beef stick, beef stick. But once I got them to try it, it wasn't too bad. So overall, it was a good time, very well attended, good success, and we hope to continue that into next year as well. So
Excellent.
Do you, so you're extending the wellness communication to the upper grades? Is that what you're looking to do?
that's what we're looking to do, yeah.
Did you ever consider financial wellness as well for maybe the upper grades? Like how to apply for college loans or how to, something to that extent? Understanding wellness when you look at wellness in totality, because stress obviously, as the upperclassmen are applying for or looking for future jobs or however possible, like including financial literacy topics that might be helpful. Hey, here's some information. Again, they're maybe quick little one-offs. I don't know how it was in the lower grades on the wellness for health, but mine as well.
Sure, yeah, that's a great idea. And we can definitely bring that up to the committee in September when we meet next. And then I can talk to Mr. Bill Horn to find out. I know Amy Kenyon does a lot of stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm not doubling up on what she might be doing, but that'd be something we could definitely look into, so.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mike? Thank you.
All right, if anybody needs information on the Wellness Committee, wants to attend our next meeting in September, just shoot me an email and I'll get you the information.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, one more question. Did you set the fair date for this coming year?
So the Health and Wellness Fair, we were gonna do it in early May, but we had to cancel because we didn't have enough vendors.
Okay,
So
so will there be one for 25?
We will look to possibly plan another one. We had a lot more foot traffic at the wellness or the community days, the Milton Community Days. So we might look to just expand there versus trying to do our own. So
Great idea, yeah.
we'll be talking about it at the committee meeting in September, so join us.
Absolutely, thank you.
Awesome, thanks.
All right. Very brief agenda tonight, so I'm already up to the miscellaneous. A is our action on our staffing report, and as Rich mentioned, there are two versions, or an original and an update, I guess I should say.
I make a motion to approve the staffing reports as presented.
I'll second.
Thank you. Rick's motion seconded by Tracy to approve the staffing report and the updated piece as they're presented. Questions from anyone? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Opposed? Clearly passes. Gifts and donations are next. They are in board docs. That total is $27,049.
I'll move to approve the gifts and donation with gratitude.
Second.
Thank you. Tracy's motion is seconded by Rick to approve the gifts and donations with gratitude of the board and our district. Questions? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Rich, if you don't take too long, I'm going to zero into a new record.
Gosh, upcoming meetings, Monday, June 24th. It's 2 weeks from tonight is our next regularly scheduled board meeting. And then we have two regular board meetings in July, the 8th and the 22nd. Part of the meeting on July 22nd will be a data workshop. We have a negotiation scheduled with MEA for tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. Policy committee meeting, June 19th at 2 p.m. Curriculum committee meeting on Wednesday, June 19th at 6 p.m. And then our community focus groups on June 12th and June 6th, or June 12th and June 26th. Both of those are at 6:30. We are looking to schedule a series of HR committee meetings, but we'll be reaching out to HR committee members to get those scheduled.
All right. Questions on any of the dates?
Well, we're all here right now. We do
We
the.
could. Chris, talk about when we need to get those in and the topics for those.
Absolutely. So we're looking to have our first HR committee meeting in June, on June 19th. And looking at, I think Carly, we were saying about 6:30, no, 7 o'clock, because of curriculum. And the two agenda items I have on there are athletics and activities, positions for the 24-25 year, and July, August of 24, and June of 25, summer school positions.
That works for me, John.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Okay. And then on June 25th, we're looking to possibly bring certified staff, FTE, to the board for review and possible approval. And other conversations about compensation for staff for the 24-25 year.
I mentioned to Carly earlier today, I can't make that one.
And then if another possibility would be July 1st or July 2nd at 6:30.
July 2nd wouldn't work for me. Monday, is that Monday, July 1st?
Correct.
First,
What time are we looking at?
like 6:30.
I can do it, I mean, if that's, I don't know what time it is, I can start as early as 5:30.
That's what it is.
That's, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I hear July 2nd at 6:30.
July 1st.
July 1st at 6:30.
Awesome. Thank you all very much.
All right, that concludes the regular piece of the agenda. I have an executive session, which I will read in just a couple of moments, but I did make it in 20 and a half minutes, so I think that is a new record. Light agenda. But just so you don't feel like your attendance was in vain, we're going to pause a few minutes after we get in our executive sessions approved here. And I made Ms. Zerwinski in the back guard the cooler with her life. And would like to invite you back there to see what's in the cooler. There's a plate and napkins, and open the boxes. It's a variety pack. When you're cursed with a board president that's a dairy farmer, June becomes treat month. So,
Thank you.
but help yourselves, and we'll enjoy with you. We'll take a 10-minute break between that and exec session, and we'll be off and running. So, all right, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 1985 sub 1 and sub E, and Statute 19.82 sub 1, which is deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. This meeting is about the review of negotiations with MEA and the next steps.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Rick's motion is seconded by Jennifer. We'll poll the audience for approval. Jennifer?
Yes.
Joe is yes. Rick?
Yes.
And Tracy?
Yes.
And Annette?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. That is unanimous. We are in executive session. As mentioned, please enjoy a treat.